Teenie Crochets, and today I'll be showing you how to crochet this super easy Incy Wincy spider. So for all the items that you'll need, including the written pattern, check the description box below. But other than that, get your crochet hooks at the ready and let's get going. So today I felt like doing something really easy, hence why we're doing Incy Wincy Spider. So this is perfect for the beginner crochet. And before we get started, don't forget leave a thumbs up now because you'll forget later, and a thumbs up really helps my channel. So I'm going to begin with black double knit yarn and my 3.5mm hook. And as I say, this is quite an easy tutorial. So we're going to do a slip knot onto hook, and I'm going to chain 2. 1 and 2. Into the second chain from hook, I'm going to do 6 single crochets. So let me zoom in a bit more. So into this second chain space, I'm going to do 6 single crochets all into that chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. For our next round, we want to increase from 6 single crochets to 12. So to do that, I'm going to do 2 single crochets into every stitch. So I'm just going to loosen that first stitch because it always tends to be the tightest. So I'm going to do 2 single crochets into every stitch. One and 2 into the first stitch, 3 and 4 into the second, 5 and 6 into the third, 7 and 8 into the fourth, 9 and 10 into the fifth, and 11 and 12 into the last stitch. So we now have 12 single crochets. For the next round, we're going to increase from 12 to 18 stitches. So to do that, I'm going to single crochet into 1 stitch, and then into the next stitch I'm going to do 2 single crochets, and I'm going to do that 6 times. So into the first stitch I'm going to single crochet for 1, and then into the second stitch I'm going to increase for stitches number 2 and 3. I'm going to do that another 5 times. So single crochet in the next stitch for stitch number 4, and increase in the next stitch for 5 and 6. Single crochet into the next stitch for 7, and increase in the next for 8 and 9. Single crochet for stitch number 10, and then increase for 11 and 12. Single crochet in the next for stitch number 13, increase in the next stitch for 14 and 15, single crochet for 16, and increase in the last stitch of this round for 17 and 18. So we now have 18 stitches, and on the next round we're going to increase to 24. To do that, I'm going to single crochet into 2 stitches and then do 2 single crochets into the following stitch 6 times. So I'm going to single crochet for 1 and 2, and now I'm going to increase in the next stitch for 3 and 4. Single crochet 5 and 6, increase in the next stitch for 7 and 8, single crochet 9 and 10, increase in the next stitch for 11 and 12, single crochet 13 and 14, increase in the next stitch for 15 and 16, single crochet 17, 18, increase in the next stitch for 19 and 20, and then single crochet for 21 and 22, and increase in the last stitch of this round for 23 and 24. So next we're going to increase to 30 stitches. So to do that, I'm going to single crochet into 2 stitches and then do 2 single crochets into the following stitch 6 times. So I'm going to single crochet 1 2 and 3. I'm going to increase in the next stitch for 4 and 5. Just get some more yarn. Ooh. Okay, so single crochet, 6, 7 and 8. Increase in the next stitch for 9 and 10. Single crochet, 11, 12 and 13. Increase in the next stitch for 14 and 15. Single crochet, 16, 17 and 18. Increase in the next stitch for 19 and 20. Single crochet, 21, 22 and 23. Increase in the next stitch for 24 and 25. And then single crochet, 26, 27 and 28, and increase in the last stitch for 29 and 30. So for our next round, we're going to increase from 30 stitches to 36. To do that, I'm going to single crochet into 4 stitches, and then I'm going to do 2 single crochets into the following stitch 6 times. So single crochet for 1, 2, 3 and 4, increase in the next stitch for 5 and 6. Single crochet, 7, 8, 9 and 10, increase in the next stitch for 11 and 12. Single crochet, 13, 14, 15 and 16, increase in the next stitch for 17 and 18. Single crochet, 19, 20, 21, 22, increase in the next stitch for 23 and 24. Single crochet, 25, 26, 27, 28, increase in the next stitch for 29 and 30. Single crochet, 31, 32, 33, 34, and increase in the next stitch for 35 and 36. So I'm up to my last increase round now, and we're going to increase from 36 stitches to 42. To do that, I'm going to single crochet into 5 stitches, and then I'm going to do 2 single crochets into the following stitch 6 times. So I'm going to single crochet 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then increase in the next stitch for 6 and 7. Single crochet, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12, increase in the next stitch for 13 and 14. Single crochet, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, increase in the next stitch for 20 and 21. Single crochet, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, increase in the next stitch for 27 and 28. Get more yarn again, and then single crochet 29 and 30, 31, 32, 33, increase in the next stitch for 34 and 35, and then single crochet 36, 37, 38, 39 and 40, and then increase in the next stitch for 41 and 42. So we have finished the front of our spider. So I'm going to do a slip stitch in the next stitch to join, and then chain 1 to fasten off, and I'm going to cut a longer tail because I'll use this tail a bit later on to sew the spider together. So I'm going to pull that through, and what you need to do now is go away and make another face part exactly the same as what we've already done. So you're going to need to have 2 of these, and when I have my other one made, I'll meet you back here. So I now have my 2 pieces, the front and back of Mr. Incy Wincy. So next it's time to do his legs. So I'm going to show you how to make 1, but you're going to obviously have to make 8. So with the same black DK yarn, I'm going to slip knot onto my hook and I'm going to chain 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. And I'm going to single crochet in the second chain from hook and all other chains across for a total of 10 stitches. So I'm going to single crochet 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and last one, 10. Then to fasten off, I'm going to chain 1 and cut the yarn tail. And that is one of the legs, so you need to do 8 of these. Next, to make Incy's eyes. Now, I don't want to use safety eyes because when you put your finger inside the puppet, you're going to feel the inside of the safety eye. So I'm going to be using sticky backed craft foam, and I love this stuff. I use this for so many projects. I think I got this from eBay, but it's about £5. You get all these sheets in all different colours, and basically it's already sticky. So when you're finished, you just have to peel the back and you can stick it on your work. To cut my foam, I use this compass, and it's got a razor on one side, so it helps cut the perfect circle. So you can change the size of the circle that you want, but I'm just going to make out this white foam first. I'm going to do the smallest size, which is a 5mm radius circle. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces of white out first on my craft board. There we go, and I've got a perfect circle. So one more of them. So I've got 2 pieces of white, which will be the pupils. Move them out the way. And now with the black foam, I want these circles to be a little bit bigger so you can see them underneath the white. So I'm going to make them about 7 or 8mm. So just a little bit bigger than the white. I use this foam for so many things when I make dolls. It's definitely worth having in your craft pile. Okie doke. So now all I need to do is, with my white, peel the back off and then stick this piece onto the black. To make the eyes. So to finish the eyes, I've got a black Sharpie, and I'm going to do a dot in the centre of each eye. And that's our eyes complete. So if I bring in one part of my spider, I can now pop these eyes into place. So just get these bits of fluff off. Position them exactly where I want them to be. Piece of white fluff from toy stuffing. And then I can take the back off my foam and pop it into place. If you had some googly eyes, I think they'd look really cute as well. There we go. So now it's time to do the mouth. Now the eyes are in place with some pink yarn. I can pop that onto my embroidery needle, and using a back stitch, I'm just going to sew on Incy Wincy's smiley mouth. and then I can tie a knot in the back to secure. And we're not going to see inside the spider, so it doesn't have to look neat. I'm going to knot this a couple of times. And then with my embroidery scissors, trim the ends. So now it's time to join Incy, and I'm going to single crochet the front and the back together. So the first thing I need to do is make sure that I leave 6 stitches at the bottom free. I'm not going to single crochet them together because I need them so I can put my finger inside and make him a puppet. So I'm going to count 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to join my yarn in the 7th stitch. So just so I remember which stitch it is, I'm just going to pull a piece of scrap yarn through for the time being. So that is the stitch that I'm going to start with when single crocheting the 2 pieces together. So now, with my black yarn, I'm going to slip knot onto my hook. And now I'm going to hold the 2 pieces together, and I'm going to insert my hook into that stitch that we recognise and into the same stitch of the second piece, because we're going to be going through consecutive stitches, which means there's 1 stitch on the front piece and 1 stitch on the back piece. So I can get rid of this yarn tail now. I'm going to yarn over to pull up a loop. So there are 2 loops on my hook, if you can see them there. Then I'm going to yarn over and pull through both of these loops. So I've attached my yarn and done my first single crochet. So now I'm going to single crochet into a stitch from the front and the back of both pieces, joining Mr. Incy together. So I'm going to go round single crocheting both pieces. Then I'm going to make sure to finish off leaving that gap open at the bottom. Then I can do a slip stitch to join, chain 1 and fasten off. And now Mr. Incy just needs his legs. So time to sew the legs on. I've already done 7 just to save some time, and the method that I used was I put the top leg on, then the bottom, and then the middle 2, and that just helps me with spacing. So I've got a gap here for the last leg. So I'm going to bring the leg in, and with one of the yarn tails, doesn't matter which one, I'm going to pop that onto my embroidery needle. Then I'm going to pick Incy up and just stitch that leg into place. You can use any method that you like, but I'm just sewing it into place. And then weave the yarn tail in. I'm going to do the same thing with the second yarn tail. And then you can trim these tails off. And there you have the finished spider. I really hope you liked this tutorial. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up now, and if you haven't already, click that subscribe button. And other than that, have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.